Our country is falling apart, people. So what can we do? I was having a discussion with my younger brother a few minutes ago, actually, about how our country is just going down the shitter. And I think I know that a lot of you know what I'm talking about. A lot of you. And it's obvious. Everyone knows how much our country is falling apart. It pains me to see so many people who know what's going on but just won't do a single thing about it. It's like they seem like, they're powerless. No matter what they do, it's not going to affect our country in any way, shape, or form. Let alone, how our government is constructed. It seems like people have this sort of feeling that nobody can try to help change this. It's like we're hopeless. I've always been hopeful that one day our country and the world around us will grow to accept reality. We'll grow to accept the changes that are affecting everyone around us. And there are politicians that are in office right now who disagree with gay marriage, who disagree with abortion, who disagree with any rational thing, and basically they're all making the decisions for us, even though that we disagree with the decisions that they're making. So what can we do? What can we possibly do to change this country for the better? I've always wondered that. When will the day finally come where we finally say no to these politicians and to, the government as a whole? Just say no to the things that they're doing, to the things that they're preventing us to do. They're taking away our rights. They're taking away our civil rights. They're taking away the First Amendment. And yet no one is doing a goddamn thing about it. When will the day finally come where people will finally take the stick out of their ass and say, enough is enough? When SOPA came along, SOPA and PIPA, I thought that was going to be the day where people finally said, enough. This will not work. I was so surprised to see how many people were opposed to those two bills. Thousands, if not millions of people in America were opposed to both of these bills. So much so that even, companies on the internet like Google and Reddit and Tumblr, Facebook, Wikipedia, all of them were opposed to this. And not just the people who were on it, but the people who created those sites were opposed to the bills. Yet when bills like, the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012, no one really seemed to give a shit. And that bill drastically affects the way that, that our government looks at us. They see us as potential terrorists. People who speak like me. People who had the same views as me, the government would just look at me and say that I'm a potential terrorist. That these people who are talking like me are potential threats to this nation. Well, I want to let you know today that I am not afraid. I am not afraid of our government. They'll take away my rights. It doesn't mean that I will always agree with them. that I will always agree that when they're taking away my rights, I'm never going to agree with them on that. I'm pro-gay. I'm pro-choice. And choice is the key word here. Why are these people taking away our right to choose? Our right to think for ourselves? Instead of them making the decisions for us. Why must they insist parenting us like we're the kids and they're the parents? Why do they always insist that they're the farmer and we're just mere cattle? And when the day finally comes where our government has finally taken away all of our rights and people have still not done a goddamn thing about it, I'll be surprised. It shouldn't come as a surprise now if that actually did happen to some people. But it would come to as a surprise to me because I had so much hope in these people, so much hope in this country, that I thought that maybe one day the people would finally rise against the tyranny of this country, would finally rise against the way this government is becoming. And I hope that does happen. I really do. So, you heard it from me. What's your opinion? Do you think that we can fix this country for the better? Do you think that we can finally rise against the government and say no to what they're doing? Or do you think that things will get so worse and we're not going to be able to do anything about it? I want to hear your opinions. This is the Game Break. I'll see you later.
If you're listening,